Hello, my name is Walter Neal, President and CEO of the Franklin Loan Center. And if you're receiving this presentation today, you're either a referral partner, a past client, or a friend of the Franklin Loan Center family. And for that, we thank you for your business and your support. Today, I'm going to be focusing on a topic that is very popular in every household across the country, and that is inventory. More specifically for you real estate agents or the real estate community, that's listings. I'm going to tell you today why Franklin Loan Center is forecasting a surge in new listings over the next year. We're going to introduce you to a new topic, a new schematic of a chart, and we're going to show you why we're expecting this to happen. We're going to break it down by region, and we're also going to break it down by city. So let's dive right into this. And I hope this presentation will be encouraging and supportive for you so you know where to focus your energy and time moving forward this year, because someone needs to sell these homes, and it might as well be you. So here's a chart going back 5 years for the average inventory in the city of Temecula. So I'm going to focus on these regions: Corona, Hemet, Temecula, Paris, San Jacinto, Lake Elsinore, Fallbrook, Menifee, Murrieta, Eastville, Wildomar, and Norco. So this region averages somewhere between 3,000 units for sale at any given time or last 5 years to about 2,000. Between 3 and 2,000 is the normal available listings for sale in this massive region. April of 2020 was 1760. So in April, we were already well below the average. But look what happened the last year. And this is what we're going to focus on. Look at this huge drop off to 656. Okay, inventory should have been at minimum on this red line here, but we had a huge drop off. So we're going to focus on this drop off. Now, why did that drop off happen? Well, first of all, there's higher than normal sales right now. When you have more homes selling that are coming to market, inventory drops. You don't have to be a wizard to get that, right? And why did they drop? Because people didn't want to list their home in a COVID environment. And so we need to measure what happened in the COVID environment and historically look back so that we can help predict the future, and then you know what to expect. So let's dive right into that. So here is a schematic that we're going to be talking a lot about in this presentation. But I want to introduce you to a term that you maybe have never really thought about, and that's the natural listing rate. We're calling that the NLR. The natural listing rate is the relative same number year to year in any given region of homes that are sold. And I'm going to give you an example of that. But typically every region, every year, if you go back and look at it, is within 2% of the amount of homes that come to market for sale. Okay? So if there's been a drop off, we need to measure that so we can expect what's going to come around the corner. So let's take this a step further and dive into a chart. And I'm going to explain this chart to you so you completely understand what the natural listing rate is, not only for the Temecula and Corona regions, but for other surrounding regions. So let's start with Los Angeles County. The average amount of homes, the amount of homes that came to listing, to market in 2015 was 90,000. 2016 was 89,000. 2017 was 85,000. 1888, 1984, an average over 5 years of 87,445. So that was the natural listing rate 5-year average. Well, what happened last year in COVID, in 2020? By the way, we are using the COVID year from March 10th of 2020 to March 9th of 2021. That's what we're assuming is the COVID year. COVID came around in March. So that's what we're going to start using the time period to compare. And so you can see that time period in Los Angeles County was only 80,000 homes came to market. So that was 7,200 homes less than the previous 5-year average. That's an 8% decline in inventory. So let's look at another market, Orange County. Look how consistent Orange County was, the amount of homes coming to market over this 5-year, which averaged at 38,390 homes a year available. Look what was available last year during the COVID, March 10th to March 9th, 2,800 homes less homes, less inventory, which is 7%. Well, let's look at San Diego County. San Diego County got really hit hard. Look at their averages, very consistent. Over the 5-year period, the average is 47. 41,000 was what happened last year during the COVID year. 6,000 less homes for sale, 13%. That's going to cause people to have a shortage of homes to look for and cause real estate values to go up. So let's talk about your region, specifically why you're tuning into this. The Temecula and Corona region, you can see 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, an average of just over 20,000 over the 5-year average. Look what happened last year in 2020. Only 17,900 homes came to market. That's 2,800 homes less buyers had opportunity to look at. That's 13.7%. That's the highest of all 4 of these large regions. So let's take this Temecula Corona region and let's put in this schematic this number of 2,834 homes. So you can see the natural listing rate of 20,700, pretty average over 5 years, nothing really to talk about. Look what happened over the last year. Look at this huge drop off, this huge void of listings, 2,834 less than the average over the previous 5 years. What we are expecting to happen is we're expecting that the natural listing rate will come back starting this year. And not only will it come back to 20,700, but we're expecting an increase, a surge of 2,800 homes that there was a void of last year. Because guess what? People still need to sell homes. That's never going to change. And that void of listings is going to come back. Now, is it going to come back exactly to 2,834? No. It could be a little bit less. It could be a little bit more. But it's going to be within 10% of this one way or the other. So this inventory is coming to market, and we need to be prepared for it when it comes. So let's take this a step further and let's break it down by city, because real estate is very central, very much sometimes city by city. So a region, sometimes cities inside the region can be a little bit different. So let's look at what this looks like city by city. And I have this listed here by the most voided listings, or the largest amount of listings not to come to the region for this region in order here. So Corona had 562 homes less come to market, which was the most than any other city in this region. So let's focus on Corona, for example. So you got Corona, 3,427 came to market in 15, 32 and 16, 31 and 17, 33 and 18, 3,019, an average of $3,200 homes over that 5-year period. The natural listing rate average over 5 years. We talked about what the whole region had, but if you look at just Corona, it's 27 homes, 2,700 less. I'm sorry, 2,700 homes came to market. We had 562 less just in Corona. So there was a 17% reduction for just Corona. Look at Hemet. Hemet had 488 less homes on average on market for sale, 20%. Look at Temecula, 12%, 368. So if you add up all these numbers, it's that number we focused on in the previous slide for the whole region. So if you look at some of the smaller regions, Norco, Wildomar, Eastville, even Murrieta, 96 homes, 79 less listings, 49 less listings, 3.2%, 3.8%. You start getting up in 8, 9, 10% or higher, people are going to feel that. And people are going to have a hard time finding homes to put their family in. So let's go a step further here. And let's take the national average, the 5-year average was 20,741 for this region. So if we took that and divided it by 12 months in a year, and we drew a line across the way here, if there was no seasonality to real estate, then every single month should be at exactly 728 homes available for sale across the board. Well, that's not really how real estate works. You all know there's seasons, and you can see that seasonality of March, April, May, June is really, those 4 months are really strong for listings coming to market in this region. And you can see it starts to come down a little bit in July and August, but still very strong. But you see January, February, September, October, November, December, they're all below the monthly average if you took it and divided it by 12. Okay, so the big question here is, when is this inventory coming to market? When is this listing surge that you're predicting going to come to market? Well, it might have already started to come to market. So let's look at another chart here. So here you've got the 5-year average of the national listing rate for this region. January, February, March, April, May. You can see March, April, May, June, those 4 months have the most homes available for sale in this market. And you can see in 2021 what we've seen so far in January, February, March, April. You've seen January, a little bit of an uptick in February, a much bigger uptick in March, and then a little downtick in August. So what would a recovery maybe look like? And when would you maybe start to feel some of this listing coming back to market? Well, let me show you what that would look like. We're predicting something like this over the next year. An increase well over the national listing rate for this region. Once again, well over the national listing rate for this region. We're expecting something like this to happen all the way to the end of the year until we make up that void of the 2,834 homes that did not come to market from March of 2020 to March of 2021. That void has to come back, that pent up demand, and people always need to sell, and they're going to sell, and you're going to see an increase in listings on the pure numbers. Historically, you always can look at the past to predict the future, and this is no different. So that's what you should see coming, and we're expecting that to come. So a summary in closing here. We expect an increase of 2,834 new listings, or 13.7% above the average of 20,000. So we're not only expecting to get back up to 20,000 on average, we're expecting 2,834 extra listings to come to market in the Temecula and Corona region. So get ready for it. The surge should begin sometime this summer. The largest increase in new listings should be the cities of Corona, Hemet, Temecula, and Paris. And that's because those are the regions that had the most lack of inventory come over the last year. So that's where the pent-up demand is going to be for sellers to come to market and sell. And it is a great time to sell for sellers. That's another reason why you'll see them come to market. This increase should have relieved the current extreme low inventory you guys are feeling in the Temecula and Corona area. Franklin Loan Center stands ready to help and support you through this recovery. We expect it to happen. We are here to support you in any way possible. What we're going to plan to do over the next 6 months, I'll be putting out updated seminars on our presentations, let's call it, because they're going to be between 3 to 5 minutes, just updating this data so I can share with you that our expectations of listing surge is happening, and we're going to show it to you live over the next 6 to 7 to 8 months as it happens. So if you would like to get these presentations in the future, make sure you're reaching out to your Franklin Loan Center representation so we can share this data with you. We hope this data is encouraging. We hope you'll use it to focus your marketing money and time on getting some of these listings, because we want you to be successful. We are here to support you. We thank you for all your support, and for the Franklin Loan Center family, thank you.